Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Kayleen String coming at you with a video about one portion of the YouTuber Meetup that happened, but I decided to do this at home instead of doing it in a field because I think it just took a lot of my juice out there, and because the sun was not out enough, I really couldn't do a lot of solar charging. But one event that will be in the next video that is currently running through my editor being spliced is called the blanket trade. And as you'll see in the video, and you see in some of the videos of the others who attended the meetup, what we did was we took items, we put them out on a blanket or a tarp or whatever in front of our individual camps. And then everyone would go around, look at what you had to offer, and so people would come around to see what I had on my blanket, and I went around to see what was on the other blankets, and you'll see that in the videos. And there are a few clips towards the end where latecomers arrived and had some stuff on offer, and so I was able to pick up a couple extra goodies, and you could either buy the item or you could trade. And so I did a little selling, I did a little buying, and I did a little trading. So in this cooler, which was my my soda or pop cooler, I just kept the items in here, and I'll show you what I came home with. This is another Brenda Wagner carving original. This is a spatula that she had carved, and it has a B for her name and an AOK for AOK Foraging and Adventures. I was going to buy it from her, but she just gave it to me because of this little crack, which you cannot feel because the finish that she put on it sealed it up. But like the two spoons that I have that I showed in my videos, this is made out of cedar. So she uses a lot of cedar in her carvings. So the spatula is now part of my camp cookware collection. It's got nice finger holes so you can get a good grip. You can even get a good grip if you have gloves on. So this is the first item. Very nice spatula. And I could use it at home since it is quite long. It's longer than any of my other wooden utensils. I also have 2 pieces of fat wood that I got from Bearded CB82. I like to call any fat wood that comes from Iowa nice. Smells good. And I picked up, he gave me the fat wood, but I bought this little mini multi-tool. This is a Cabela's. Comes with a little sheath and the tools inside. So I'll open it up to show the pliers. Nice spring-loaded pliers, a needle nose, and it even has a wire cutter. I'll turn it around so you can see that. And all the tools are accessible from outside. So we have a little saw, very sharp teeth on it, a pair of scissors. I'll pull those out. So that's what they look like. And then there is a bottle opener and screwdriver. This little hook is just so you can pull it out. Then on this side, got a nice sharp knife blade. Got a flat style Phillips. That's just that little finger hook. And then this is another flathead screwdriver there. So this will be good for my I'm going to put this one in my tackle box so that I can have a small multi-tool for my tackle box. So that is this is a Cabela's, and the case has a little belt loop you can put on your belt if you wish. Then everyone was given these fire starters. It was made in an egg carton, so they're actually, it's like 2 candles, but you can use it as a fire starter. I'll take it out of the bag. I put it in this bag to protect it. I had something else in there that I had taken out. It's a bit of work getting it in this bag, but so it's the cellulose egg carton, and there's wax with wicks, so you can either use this as a candle or you can use it as a fire starter. I'll put that back in the bag later. And then plain old Chuck, he already has one of my stickers because he got it when he won a prize pack from AOK Foraging and Adventures, and I had contributed some paracord, and I'd sent along a sticker with that. So this is a sticker from plain old Chuck that will go on my sticker board. It'll go on the one that's over there because the one on this side is full. And then from Craig Outdoor Smith, he had this GoPro style camera. I'm not sure the brand, but I looked on eBay to buy extra batteries and a charger for it, and I found a listing that showed this exact camera. I did charge the battery up. It does charge up, and it works. Actually, I have it upside down, but so you have to take it out of the case to charge it. But so I will get a mount for this. I will buy batteries, extra batteries for it, and I did put there is a memory card in it, so I made sure that that was clear so I could load my own stuff on it. So now I have a waterproof camera. I've been hoping to get a GoPro, but now I have this. And another thing that he was giving out, I'll show you this. I have a collection of arrowheads that my brother had given me, and I took these arrowheads to show him. I thought he would be interested in seeing these, but he was giving out ones that he had napped himself. I'll put this foam behind it so you can get an eye, show it better. So very nice napped arrowhead. I'm not sure of the stone. It might be flint or chert, but he got the ridges on the side, so very, very nicely done. So now that will live in this box with the arrowheads that I got from my brother. Many years ago, he used to walk along the railroad tracks, one place that we lived, plus at his land down south. He had hunted for arrowheads, and but he gave them to me. And then on another place I found a canteen cup that has a different style handle. The lid is exactly like the one for the canteen cup I have owned, that I bought myself. So it does not snap onto this one, but that's okay. But the handle on this one, instead of the butterfly, when it's closed, it's like this. Then you slide this thing up and above these two parts here. And now it's stable. So now I have a canteen cup that is this style handle. So this will go with my other plastic canteen that I will eventually get a pouch for, so I can have a cup with that canteen. So this one is aluminum. I checked with my magnet. See, the magnet does not attract to it, but see, the lid is also the magnet attracts to the lid because it's steel, but not to the aluminum. But that's okay. And Tax saw me with this. I think she was slightly disappointed because I beat her to it. And then I found these UST survival cards in a plastic box. These are a waterproof card. So they are marked like the regular cards, like, you know, if you want to play poker or solitaire or bridge or whatever, but each one has a survival tip on it. For instance, this one, I just went random. This one tells how to tie the clove hitch knot. And this one is a figure 8 knot. So all kinds of tips on here. So these can go into, for instance, a bug out bag or a camping pack, or Scoutmaster can use these with their scouts. So these will go along with the fishing cards that I have. I have those in my bug out bag already. So I'm actually going to be looking through these later. So this is a nice set of cards. And then I picked up this Trailblazer lantern from Robin. And I have already tested it. In fact, I tested it at camp. I got into my batteries. And what this does, you just slightly unscrew it. There's a spring in there. And you can turn it on like that. There's 2 light settings plus strobe. Or you lock it up and you have a flashlight, the same 2 settings. There is a hanger to hang from your tent top if you have that ability, which my tent that I took to this meetup does not have it. I took gear caddies in case I want to hang it, but I had to rest my lantern on something else. But when I go to the next camp, I hopefully will be able to use my hammock, and I can hang this from my bug net ridgeline. So this uses AAA batteries. Which I had on hand, so that's how I was able to test it out and make sure it worked. And then Alan B. Pro, who was able to make it, and he will be featured in another set of videos that I have yet to splice, and you'll see him in some of the other YouTuber videos, but he had these magnets made. So I'm glad he was able to make it. And then the last thing that I picked up, cooler down, is something that has a lot of sentimental value to me, and when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. And this, it's got patina on the bolsters, the brass bolsters. I think you'll all recognize it. This is a Buck 110. This is quite a few years old. I don't know how old, but it's got the actual wood on the handles. Blade is nice and sharp. It's a clip point. My dad carried this knife. This was the only pocket knife that I saw him ever own and use. And it was his camp knife, it was his hunting knife, it was his fishing knife, except for when he would clean fish, he would use a fillet knife. But for most other EDC and camp tasks or hunting, this was his knife. This is the only pocket knife I had ever seen him carry. And I don't know if my brother has it, or if my mom had to sold it, or if my younger nephew or my older nephew has it. I don't know. But when I saw this Buck 110, I knew I had to have it, because this looks exactly how my dad's looked the last time I saw it. And so this brings back memories of when I was a kid, and I saw him use this knife. And sometimes if it wasn't in his pocket and he wanted it for something and I saw it, if he would ask for it, I brought it to him. Or if if another relative needed to use it while at camp, I would pass it on. I never used it myself, but that knife, it was something that my dad loved. And so when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. This looks exactly like, as I said, like my dad's the last time I saw him have it. So that's why I had to have it. And I paid $20 for it. But to me, this is priceless. I may not be able to have the one that my dad had, but to have one that looks exactly like it, that means a lot to me. So that's why I wanted to finish off with this. So again, you'll see my video from day 2 that later on, that is running through my editor splicing right now. I'm doing it on my phone because it's the only way I can do it, so I can upload it. But But on the phone that I'm shooting on now, I have my day 3 videos, and so I'll get that up later. But I'm working on day 2 right now. At least the video editor is. So I'll probably just that'll upload overnight. So you'll most likely see that one tomorrow. So, but I'll go ahead and get this one up. And thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.